Tycho the clownfish swam through the vibrant corals of ocean bloom, his small frame darting between the colorful reefs that danced with life. He watched in awe as schools of fish glided gracefully, their scales sparkling like jewels in the sunlight filtering through the water. But despite the beauty surrounding him, Tycho felt a pang of longing in his heart. He dreamed of becoming a reef guardian, a protector of all that thrived in this underwater paradise. "You're too small, Tycho," chortled a nearby angelfish, flicking her tail dismissively. "Guardians are big and strong. What could you possibly do?" Tycho's spirit wavered for a moment, but he straightened his fins and replied, "Just because I'm small doesn't mean I can't be brave. I can help keep ocean bloom safe." As he swam away, he felt a comforting presence beside him. It was Sasha, the cheerful seahorse, her eyes sparkling with encouragement. "Don't listen to them, Tycho. You may be small, but your heart is bigger than anyone's. I believe you can do it." Grub, the grumpy crab, scuttled up beside them, grumbling, "Humph. Just make sure you don't get in my way when you're off trying to save the world. But I guess if you're gonna be a guardian, you'll need a sidekick, right?" His tone was gruff, but Tycho could see the hint of a smile in his eyes. "You'll be my sidekick? Really?" Tycho asked, his voice bubbling with excitement. "Don't get used to it. Just remember, I'm not here for the glory. I'm here because I like the idea of having a friend who's got big dreams," Grub replied, crossing his claws stubbornly. With his friends by his side, Tycho felt a surge of determination. He knew he had to prove everyone wrong. He watched the bustling reef around him, envisioning himself as a brave protector, ensuring that every creature could thrive in harmony. "We should start training," Tycho suggested, his eyes shining. "If we work together, we can show everyone that size doesn't define strength." "Training, huh? What do you have in mind?" Sasha asked, her voice bubbling with enthusiasm. "Well," Tycho began, his imagination running wild, "we could practice swimming through the coral mazes. I can show you some tricks." Grub rolled his eyes but couldn't suppress a grin. "Fine, but if I get stuck, it's your fault. Let's see what you got, little clownfish." And so, with a mix of laughter and anticipation, the trio set off on their first training adventure, each stroke of their fins echoing the rhythm of hope. Tycho felt the warmth of friendship enveloping him, igniting the fire within to chase his dreams of becoming a reef guardian. Tycho and his friends had just finished their training session when a sudden commotion rippled through the waters of ocean bloom. Fish darted past them in a frenzy, their scales glimmering like flashes of panic. "What's going on?" Tycho called out to a passing parrotfish, who was swimming at top speed. "The coral crown is missing," the parrotfish shouted back, her voice tinged with fear. "Everything is going haywire. The jellyfish are swarming, and the currents are all messed up." Tycho's heart sank. He had heard tales of the coral crown, a beautiful artifact that maintained balance in their underwater world. Without it, chaos would reign. "We have to find it," Tycho exclaimed, turning to Sasha and Grub. "If the crown is missing, we can't just sit around. The reef needs us." Sasha nodded, her eyes wide with determination. "But where do we start?" Just then, the wise old turtle, Mr. Shelley, glided into view. His shell was adorned with barnacles and seaweed, and his calm demeanor seemed to bring a momentary stillness to the chaos surrounding them. "Young ones," he said, his voice deep and soothing, "the coral crown is not just a symbol, it is the heart of ocean bloom. It has been passed down through generations, and its absence disrupts the delicate harmony of our home." Tycho swam closer, his eagerness bubbling over. "Mr. Shelley, do you know where we can find it? Please, we'll do anything to help." The old turtle sighed, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of ages. "Many have searched, but the crown is hidden in a place known only to those who truly understand its significance. You must venture beyond the familiar waters, to the depths where shadows dwell." "We can face the shadows," Tycho declared, glancing at his friends, who nodded resolutely. "You must be careful," Mr. Shelley cautioned, "and trust one another. The journey will test your courage, but remember, the bonds of friendship are the strongest guides." As they prepared to embark on their quest, Tycho felt a surge of responsibility. He had always dreamed of being a guardian, and now, the reef truly needed him. "Let's gather everyone and explain the situation," Tiko suggested. "If we work together, we can find the coral crown and restore harmony to Ocean Bloom." The trio swam towards the heart of the reef, where clusters of fish had gathered, their faces a mixture of anxiety and curiosity. "Listen up, everyone," Tiko called, raising his fins to get their attention. "The coral crown is missing, and we need your help to find it. Without it, we're in danger." A murmur of concern rippled through the crowd. "What can we do?" asked a timid little angelfish. "We need to stay united," Tiko replied, his voice steady. "Let's keep an eye out for any unusual activity and support each other while we search. Together, we can overcome this challenge." The fish nodded, rallying around Tiko's words. With a renewed sense of purpose, Tiko and his friends set off on their mission, ready to face whatever lay ahead. The currents may have been erratic, and the jellyfish swarming, but Tiko felt a glimmer of hope. He was no longer just a small clownfish, he was a protector, ready to fight for his home. As the currents settled and the panic began to subside, Tiko swam swiftly through the vibrant corals of Ocean Bloom, his heart racing with excitement and determination. He had a mission, and he knew exactly who he wanted by his side: Sasha and Grub. "Sasha, Grub," Tiko called out, his voice bubbling with enthusiasm. He soon spotted his friends near a cluster of anemones, where Sasha was gracefully twirling in the water, her fins sparkling like jewels. "Tiko, you're back," Sasha exclaimed, her eyes lighting up. "Did you hear about the coral crown? It's so scary." Grub, who was perched nearby, crossed his claws and huffed. "Scary? More like a bunch of fish overreacting."
"What's so special about a shiny piece of coral anyway?"
Tiko swam closer, his expression serious. "It's not just any coral, Grub.
"The coral crown keeps everything balanced in the reef.
Without it, we could be in serious trouble. We need to find it, and I want you both to join me on this adventure."
Sasha's excitement bubbled over.
"Count me in. I've always wanted to do something brave." She twirled again, her optimism radiating through the water. Grub sighed, rolling his eyes. "Fine, but I'm not going to be a part of your little fairy tale. I'm just here to make sure we don't get eaten by something bigger than us." He grumbled, but a hint of a smile crept onto his face.
"That's the spirit, Grub,"
Tiko said, his determination unwavering. "Each of us has something to bring to this team.
"Sasha, you're quick and agile.
You can scout ahead. Grub, your grumpiness means you're good at spotting trouble before it finds us." "And what do you bring to the table, Tiko?" Grub asked, raising an eyebrow. "I might be small, but I'm clever and I care deeply about our home. Together, we can make a great team." Tiko replied, his heart swelling with confidence. All right, Grub conceded, his grumpy facade slightly softening. "Let's just make sure we're not the ones who end up as jellyfish snacks." "Yes," Sasha cheered, her enthusiasm infectious. "Let's plan our route and pack what we need." As they gathered supplies, Sasha collecting colorful shells for good luck and Grub grumbling about the weight of his gear, Tiko couldn't help but feel grateful for their friendship. Despite their differences, they each had unique strengths that would help them on their quest. "You know," Tiko said as they prepared to leave, "I used to think being small was a disadvantage. But now I see that it might just help me see things others can't. And I used to think only big fish could be heroes," Sasha added with a grin. "But now I believe we can all be brave, no matter our size." Grub, who was adjusting his gear, looked at them both and muttered, "Just as long as we don't attract any unnecessary attention. I'd rather not be famous for being fish food." With laughter echoing through the water, the trio swam off together, united by their shared goal and the bonds of friendship they had forged. As they ventured deeper into the ocean, Tiko felt a swell of hope. They were ready to face the unknown together, and that made them stronger than any single fish alone. With their supplies gathered and spirits high, Tiko, Sasha, and Grub set off from the vibrant corals of Ocean Bloom, venturing into the mysterious depths beyond their familiar waters. The light from the surface began to fade, casting eerie shadows on the ocean floor as they swam deeper into the unknown. "Wow, it's so different out here," Sasha whispered, her eyes wide with wonder as she twirled around a strange-looking coral formation. "Look at those colors." "Colors are nice," Grub muttered, "but I'd rather see fewer predators." He kept his eyes peeled for any lurking dangers, his crab instincts on high alert. Tycho nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation.
Stay close, Everione.
"We have to watch out for the currents. They can be tricky down here." Just as he finished speaking, a sudden swirl of water rushed past them, pulling them in different directions. Tycho struggled to keep his balance, his small size making it difficult against the powerful currents.
Tiko.
"Hold on," Sasha called out, swimming closer to help steady him. "We can do this together." Grub, who was fighting against the current as well, grumbled, "Just don't let go, or you'll end up in a jellyfish parade." "I won't," Tycho shouted back, determination filling his voice. With Sasha's support, he steadied himself, feeling a surge of confidence. "We just need to find a way to navigate through." After a few tense moments, the current calmed, and they regrouped, panting but unharmed. They exchanged relieved glances, and Tycho felt a rush of gratitude for his friends. "We made it," he cheered, though his heart raced from the thrill of the challenge. Suddenly, a flash of movement caught their attention. A curious octopus emerged from behind a rock, its tentacles swirling as it approached them. "Hello, little fish," it greeted, its voice smooth and melodic. "What brings you to these depths?" Tycho, taken aback by the creature's size and beauty, took a step forward. "We're on a quest to find the coral crown."
Have you seen it?
The octopus tilted its head thoughtfully.
Ah, the coral crown.
"It lies hidden, but I can help you if you can answer my riddle."
Ah, riddle.
Grub scoffed, crossing his claws again. "Great, now we're doing brain games instead of searching for a shiny piece of coral."
Come on, Grub, let's give it a try.
Sasha encouraged, her eyes sparkling with excitement. The octopus smiled, its skin changing colors. "Very well. Here's the riddle. I can be cracked, made, told, and played." "What am I?" Tycho's mind raced as he thought. "A joke," he guessed, his voice laced with uncertainty. The octopus clapped its tentacles in delight. "Correct. The coral crown is hidden beneath a rock that tells a story of laughter. Follow the stream that flows eastward, and you will find it." "Thank you," Tycho exclaimed, feeling a wave of hope as the octopus vanished back into the shadows.
"Eastward, who?"
Grub muttered, scratching his head. "Great, I hope that doesn't lead us into more trouble." "We'll be fine," Sasha reassured him, a smile lighting her face. "Together, we can handle anything." As they set off in the direction the octopus had indicated, Tycho felt a surge of bravery. He thought about how small he was compared to the vast ocean and the challenges ahead, but he also remembered the strength of his friends. They were a team, and together they could overcome any obstacle. "No matter what happens, I believe in all of us," Tycho said, glancing at Sasha and Grub.
Let's keep pushing forward.
"Let's go." Sasha cheered, her enthusiasm infectious. Grub sighed but added, "Just as long as we don't end up as the main course for an octopus feast." With laughter echoing among the coral, the trio swam onward, ready to face whatever lay ahead in the depths of the ocean. As they followed the stream flowing eastward, the landscape of the ocean floor began to change. The vibrant colors of the coral gave way to darker hues, and an eerie silence enveloped them. Tycho led the way, his heart pounding with anticipation and a hint of fear. "Do you think we're close?" Sasha asked, her voice barely above a whisper as she scanned the surroundings. "We must be," Tycho replied, glancing over his shoulder. "The octopus said we would find the coral crown here. We just need to stay sharp." Suddenly, Grub halted, his eyes widening. "Look!" he exclaimed, pointing with a claw. Before them lay the silhouette of a massive ship, its hull encrusted with barnacles and coral. The wreckage of a pirate ship, long forgotten by time, loomed ominously in the murky waters. "A pirate ship!" Sasha gasped, her eyes sparkling with excitement.
Imagine the treasures inside.
Or the dangers, Grub muttered, eyeing the ship warily. Pirates were not known for their hospitality. Tycho nodded, feeling a mix of thrill and trepidation. Let's explore carefully. The coral crown could be inside, but we need to watch for traps. As they approached the ship, they noticed a gaping hole in the side, leading into the dark interior. Tycho took a deep breath, summoning his courage. Here we go, he said, swimming inside. The inside of the ship was dimly lit, with shafts of light filtering through broken planks. Old chests lay scattered about, some half buried in sand. Tycho's eyes gleamed with curiosity as he swam toward a chest adorned with intricate carvings. What do you think is in there? Sasha asked, her voice filled with wonder. Only one way to find out, Tycho said, his little fins working hard to pry the chest open. With a few determined nudges, the lid creaked open to reveal a pile of shimmering gold coins and colorful trinkets.
Treasure. Sasha squealed, her excitement bubbling over.
Yeah, but we're not here for gold, Grub said, his tone grumpy yet slightly intrigued. We need to stay focused on the coral crown. Just then, a loud clattering echoed through the ship, and a group of mischievous fish darted into view, their scales glinting in the dim light. They were known around the reef for their tricks and pranks, and now they had set their sights on the treasure. Well, what do we have here? One of the fish sneered, his eyes narrowing at Tycho and his friends. Looks like the tiny clownfish has brought some friends to our treasure hunt. Tycho felt a surge of determination. We're not here for treasure, we're looking for the coral crown. The leader of the mischievous fish laughed, a sound that echoed through the ship. And why should we let you find it first? We could use a little fun. Grub crossed his claws. Great, just what we need, more trouble. Tycho took a step forward, his voice steady. If you want to compete, fine. But let's make it a fair challenge. A treasure hunt. Whoever finds the coral crown first gets to keep it. The rival fish exchanged glances, clearly intrigued. You're on, little clownfish, the leader said, smirking. But don't think your size will save you this time. As the rival fish swam off, Tycho felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. We need to work together and outsmart them, he told Sasha and Grub.
Let's split up and search for clues.
Remember, we have to stick together if things get tricky. Right. Sasha nodded, her eyes sparkling with determination. Grub grumbled but added, fine, but if I end up stuck in a trap, I'm blaming you. With their plan set, the trio began their playful treasure hunt within the sunken pirate ship, Tycho's cleverness shining through as he navigated the obstacles and uncovered secrets from the ship's past. Each clue they found brought them closer to the coral crown, deepening their bond as they faced the challenges ahead. Here's another chest. Tycho called out excitedly, rushing toward a chest decorated with a faded map. Let's see what's inside. As they opened the chest, they knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, together. As Tycho, Sasha, and Grub delved deeper into the pirate ship, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. The dim light from above flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced across the walls. Tycho felt a shiver run down his spine. Do you feel that? Sasha whispered, her eyes wide with apprehension. Yeah, it's like the shadows are watching us, Grub grumbled, his usual grumpiness tinged with unease. I don't like this one bit. Stay close, Tycho commanded, trying to sound braver than he felt. We can't let fear get the best of us. Just then, a dark shape darted past them, causing Sasha to gasp. What was that? Probably just a trick of the light, Tycho said, though his heart raced. Let's keep moving. As they swam deeper into the ship, the shadows grew more pronounced, swirling around them like a thick fog. Tycho felt a knot of fear in his stomach. Remember why we're here. We can't let these shadows stop us from finding the coral crown. Right, but what if they're more than just shadows? Sasha asked, her voice trembling slightly. We need to stick together, Grub said, finally putting his grumpiness aside. That's how we face whatever this is. The trio ventured further, and suddenly, the shadows coalesced into 3 distinct forms, figures that mirrored their own shapes but with an ominous twist. Tycho's heart sank. They look just like us. What do we do? Sasha squeaked. We face them, Tycho declared, his voice steadying. Just like we talked about. They're a reflection of our fears. We need to show them that we're not afraid. As the shadowy figures moved closer, they echoed the trio's fears. Tycho's shadow whispered, "You're too small. You'll never be a guardian. You'll always be a grumpy crab." Grub's shadow taunted, "You can't do this." Sasha's shadow chimed in, echoing her own self-doubt. Tycho took a deep breath, summoning all his courage. "I may be small, but I can be brave," he shouted. "I have friends who believe in me, and together we can overcome anything." "Yeah," Grub shouted. "I may grumble, but I can be bold when it counts. And I can be strong, even when I'm scared." Sasha added, her voice growing more confident. With renewed determination, they swam toward their shadows, challenging them directly. "You don't control us," Tycho exclaimed, his voice ringing with authority. The shadows flickered, their forms beginning to waver. "You faced us," they hissed. "But can you face the rivals?" Just then, the rival fish reappeared from the dark recesses of the ship, smirking as they watched the confrontation unfold. "Look at the tiny clownfish and his friends, trying to be brave," the leader taunted. Tycho felt a surge of anger but quickly channeled it into determination. "We are not afraid of you. You think you can intimidate us? We're here for the coral crown, and we'll outsmart you." The rival fish laughed, but the sound was laced with uncertainty. Tycho's confidence was contagious, and soon Sasha and Grub were at his side, ready to face the challenge together. "Let's show them what we're made of," Grub declared, his grumpiness replaced with fervor. As the rivals prepared to strike, Tycho quickly devised a plan. "Sasha, distract them with your speed. Grub, you create a diversion with your claws. I'll search for the coral crown." "Got it," Sasha exclaimed, darting forward with grace. "Fine, but if I get stuck in a trap again," Grub began, but Tycho was already focused on the task at hand. The trio sprang into action, executing their plan with precision. As Sasha zipped around the rival fish, Grub snapped his claws to create a series of loud clattering noises, confusing their foes. Tycho, using the distraction, swam toward a glimmering light that emanated from a nearby chest. "It's here," he shouted as he pried open the chest, revealing the coral crown nestled inside. It sparkled with iridescent hues, radiating a sense of hope and victory. "We did it!" Sasha cheered, joining Tycho as they held the crown triumphantly. "Not so fast," the rival leader sneered, ready to charge at them. "Together," Tycho shouted, and as one, they swam back, prepared to defend what they had fought so hard to obtain. In that moment, Tycho realized that facing the shadows wasn't just about overcoming fears. It was also about embracing the support of his friends. They were stronger together, and that made all the difference. As Tycho, Sasha, and Grub held the coral crown triumphantly, the weight of their journey washed over them like a warm current. The shimmering crown glowed in Tycho's fins, its iridescent colors reflecting the hope they had fought so hard to restore. "We did it! We actually did it!" Sasha exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "The coral crown is ours. Let's get it back to its rightful place before those rival fish return," Tycho urged, the adrenaline still coursing through him. Grub, who had been quieter than usual, finally spoke up. "For once, I'm glad I didn't get stuck in a trap. We make a pretty good team, don't we?" His voice held a hint of warmth, an unfamiliar tone that made Tycho smile. "That's the spirit, Grub," Tycho replied as they began their journey back to the heart of Ocean Bloom. "Together, we can do anything." The trio swam through the currents, their hearts light with victory. As they approached the coral formation where the crown belonged, the waters around them began to shimmer in celebration. The sea creatures of Ocean Bloom began to gather, their colorful bodies swirling in excitement. "Look! It's Tycho and his friends. A school of fish chorused, their voices echoing through the reef. Tycho felt a swell of pride. "We found the coral crown," he announced, holding it high for everyone to see. "It belongs here, at the heart of ocean bloom." The wise old turtle, who had guided Tycho on his journey, emerged from the crowd. "You have shown great bravery, young clownfish. The coral crown is not just a symbol of power, it represents the harmony of our waters. You have restored balance to ocean bloom." As Tycho placed the crown upon its pedestal, a radiant light enveloped the reef. The jellyfish calmed, the currents settled, and the vibrant colors of the coral came alive once more. The underwater world buzzed with joy as the creatures celebrated their renewed peace. "Let's have a feast," a dolphin called out, and the reef erupted in cheers. In the midst of the celebration, Tycho noticed Grub sitting apart, his usual grumpy expression softened. "What's wrong, Grub?" Tycho swam over, genuine concern in his eyes. "Nothing," Grub grumbled, but there was a flicker of a smile on his face. I didn't think I'd enjoy a moment like this. But I guess working together really does feel good." "It does," Sasha chimed in, her enthusiasm infectious. "We're stronger together, and we couldn't have done it without you." Grub shifted uncomfortably, but then nodded. "Yeah, alright. You guys might not be so bad after all." Tycho beamed at his friends. "Let's celebrate our teamwork. We did it together, and that's what makes it special." As the feast commenced, Tycho found himself surrounded by friends old and new, sharing stories of their adventure. Laughter filled the water, and for the first time, he truly felt like a guardian. Not just because of the crown, but because of the bonds he had forged along the way. "To Tycho, the bravest clownfish." Sasha raised her voice, and everyone joined in, cheers echoing throughout Ocean Bloom. Tycho looked around at the smiling faces of his friends and the community he loved. "We did this together," he shouted, his heart swelling with joy. "Together, we are the guardians of Ocean Bloom." And in that moment, Tycho realized that true strength comes not from size, but from the friendships we nurture and the courage we find within ourselves when we stand together. As the celebration continued in Ocean Bloom, Tycho felt a sense of belonging that he had never experienced before. The vibrant colors of the reef danced around him, reflecting the joy in his heart. The wise old turtle swam to the center of the gathering, calling for silence with a gentle wave of his flipper. "Friends, today we honor not just the return of the coral crown, but the bravery and unity that Tycho, Sasha, and Grub have shown," he began, his voice resonating with authority. "Tycho, you have proven that even the smallest among us can achieve great things. It is with great pride that I name you the youngest reef guardian in history." The crowd erupted in cheers, and Tycho's heart raced with pride. He had dreamed of this moment, but the reality felt even more magnificent than he had imagined. Thank you, everyone," Tycho called out, his voice shaky with excitement. "I couldn't have done this without my friends, Sasha and Grub. Together, we faced challenges and discovered what true teamwork means." He turned to his companions, who beamed with pride. "This isn't just my achievement, it's ours. We all have dreams, no matter how big or small we are. I want every young fish here to know that they can be a guardian too." As Tycho spoke, he noticed a group of younger fish gathered at the edge of the crowd, their eyes wide with admiration. After the cheers subsided, Tycho swam over to them.
Hey Tiere, little Onis.
"What are your dreams?" A timid little fish with sparkling scales spoke up. "I want to explore the great blue, but I'm too small." Tycho smiled warmly. "I was once told I was too small to be a guardian, but I learned that courage comes from within. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. Just take one small step at a time." Sasha joined in, her excitement infectious. "And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Friends can help you reach your dreams. Look at us." Grub, surprisingly, added his voice. "And don't forget to be prepared for a few bumps along the way. But when you work together, those bumps become a lot easier to handle." The younger fish exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from doubt to hope. Tycho felt a swell of happiness as he realized the impact of their words. Let's make a promise, Tiko proposed. Whenever you feel scared or think you can't do something, remember that you can always reach out for help. We are all part of this beautiful reef, and we can support each other. The young fish nodded eagerly, inspired by Tycho's words. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over Ocean Bloom, Tiko, Sasha, and Grub gathered with their friends, sharing stories of their adventure. Laughter echoed through the water, and Tiko felt a warmth in his heart knowing that he had not only achieved his dream but had also inspired others to believe in theirs. To new beginnings and dreams fulfilled. Tiko raised his voice amidst the celebration, and the chorus of cheers rang out once more, filling the ocean with hope and unity. In that moment, Tiko knew that he was not just a guardian, he was a beacon of courage and friendship for every fish in Ocean Bloom, regardless of their size.